had created yesterday.
Yeah.
So we were till convert text to number yesterday, right?
Mm.
So count related instances should be used once you need to count the number of employees per country. Suppose you would have to count the number of employees in India. Then you have to use count related instances. Okay, so count related instance. So if you see, I have created it from worker, and I have to give the number of sorry the row which I want to count. I select worker. So it is like you have count function in Oracle, right? So it is like that. An instance where the condition is true, this is the where clause. So if I don't use any instances where condition is true, it will count for every worker it has. But suppose if I want to create a field here, CF country is USA, then it would only count the USA employees. Okay, so this is the detail of this calculation. Date constant. Date constant is a field where you can mention the date. So it has three options: date and time zone. So if you need something as date and which is a fixed one, like text constant or numeric constant, you have to use this. Date difference. Date difference is used to check the difference between two particular dates. Suppose you want to get the number of months or number of days you are in this company, then you have to do date difference from current date and higher date. Then the date difference would be used.
Okay.
Evaluate expression I showed you yesterday.
Yeah.
Extract multi-instance. Now I'll come to the instance field. So extract multi-instance fields is one-to-many relationship that I was showing to you yesterday. For one employee, if there are three schools, then it would be a one-to-many. And extract multi-instance, you have to create through three or four single instance field. Extract single instance. Extract single instance is used if you want to select a particular instance out of many instances, then you have to create the extract single instance. Suppose I have three educations and I want to show only the first education which is having the latest year of pass out. Then I should use extract single instance. So source field I'll give education and the instance to be returned. So I have to give condition. So condition is suppose like I have any condition or not. Suppose the college should be a national college. So that I can give in the condition and have to create a true false condition field here. And if there is nothing, then I will give any is true. Sort field I have to give that in what uh, order I should pick up the field. Suppose I will have to take it through year degree received. Then it would show me the year degree received. And sort direction ascending or descending. Descending, if I select, it would select it from the latest year. And instance to be returned. So first occurrence, occurrence, special occurrence. So first occurrence is the latest, last occurrence is the earliest, and special occurrence if I want to select the third instance. So have you ever gone through a Oracle query which gives you an option of picking up the third highest salary for an employee? Srini? Hello, Srini. Okay, so after extract single instance, I'll go to format date. Format date is a field what I would use to format a particular date. So suppose higher date, this is a date data type, and if I want to make it DDMMYYYY, so that is how the format date would be one. So if I select here, it would only pick the YYYY from this whole date, and there are many options: quarter, month, day, day of week, day, quarter. So anything you can pick it out from here. And if I want to make it a uh, my type, then I would use the format mask and put the format as expected. So if you take your mouse on top of this text box, you will see the valued values. The how would you have to put that? So y hyphen mmm dd. It's like that. If I want to put it the month in Jan, Feb, March, APR like that. Okay.
No,
Yes.
two quick questions.
Hmm.
One is, do you have an agenda for all these days? Which day, what topic, so I can plan accordingly, so I can prepare myself before the session.
Mhm. Okay, okay.
So
Yes,
you can
actually. Hmm.
send it today whenever possible. So for tomorrow,
Okay,
we'll be starting that.
okay, okay. I'll send you that.
Yeah, and so okay, another question I forgot. Go ahead and ask.
Okay, no problem. So our main, I mean, sequence should be first we will start with simple, advanced, then we start calculated field, then we go into matrix report. Then once we go into matrix report, then our main chapters are over. Then we would cover all the other things on overall basis like composite report, like search report. These things we will cover up in total,
Yeah,
and
based on
it
the
will be out.
subject, so that's the reason. Based on the subject and days available, so we can validate, plan accordingly. That's the reason I
Yes,
was
yes,
asking.
yes, yes. I'll send you.
And second thing is like, what was that? That we talked about. Some report thing we need to install. What was that name? It was not available in the standard Workday thing.
Workday Studio.
Ah, Studio. Got it. So then, in that context, again, I might be asking this studio comes where? So then comes a part of the studio. I mean, sorry, Prism. Prism comes part of studio, or it is a, where does it come? It is not type of standard. I mean, custom reports.
No, Prism is a different thing.
So then can I say the like standard reports, custom reports? So in the custom report, there are certain reports we have available like matrix, others, composite and all. Then again, Prism is different. Then Studio is different.
Studio is a software what helps you to create all the PDF related things for BART.
Part thing, yeah. So then Workday, then where should I search for Prism then? In the Workday, if I search, it will come.
Prism,
Yes.
you can search the tenant. Prism stays inside the tenant only, but that has to be enabled.
Okay, so that is not part of the custom reports, right?
No,
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Prism
Oh,
is a Prism is a functionality what helps you to create your own data source, your own
oh,
table,
okay,
your own data set. So
okay,
this is why Prism is used. So you
Tab-
can create tables from Prism.
okay,
And once you create a table from Prism, if you want to create a custom report, you have to select the data source here, right?
ah,
So there you will find that Prism create a data source if you have created it through Prism.
okay,
So
okay.
you can use that particular Prism data source to create your own custom reports.
So basically, in what scenario we use the Prism mostly?
Okay, you can note it down. I'll just note it down. If we want to get source data, okay, this is one reason.
Okay,
If we want to as per our okay, so this is the reason why we use Prism.
okay. So can you just keep in the chat in the Zoom? So I'll copy to my Excel.
Okay. No, actually that
I'll copy in the notes. So in these two scenarios only, we use the Prism.
yes.
So then are you saying that we will not create a data source in other reports? Only in this report only it is possible.
Sorry, I did not get you.
So we are saying that when we create a data source, we use this. So
Hmm.
are we saying that in other reports available in the Workday custom reports, we cannot create a new data source?
No, you cannot create a data source through a custom report. You have to create the data source through Prism,
That's what I'm saying. I was going in other way. So saying that in other reports, you cannot create a new data source.
right?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yes. Through
Yes.
report you cannot create. Yes.
Only through Prism we can create a new data source. That is the
Yes.
purpose
Yes.
of it.
Got it. Got
Got it.
it. Okay. So I was at the calculated format number. So format number is a mm, okay. Suppose number base. So if I select base pay and you have the option of providing the format, it is point or 0.00 point percent. So all these options you have, but you can select while showing a number. So you can use this field if you have a requirement of suppose showing the base pay as 0.00% something like that. Format text is a calculated field which will help us to show a field in uppercase, lowercase, and proper case. Proper case means it shows it as the source case. So if I have the data in uppercase now, it would show me in uppercase only. It would not change it. But
Okay.
lowercase and uppercase could give you the field value in uppercase or lowercase. So I'd ask you one question, Srini.
What is
So
proper case before your
pro-
question?
proper case is proper case is, suppose if I have returned. So if I convert this value to uppercase, it will show like this. If I show it through lowercase, it would show like this. And if I use proper case, it would show like this. Okay, so got it? This
So
difference?
proper case is like whatever we are typing.
Yes, got it. Whatever is there inside the field, it would show in the
Yeah.
same case.
Okay, got it.
Okay, suppose you have a requirement that something is. Suppose suppose you have a requirement of showing it in initial character uppercase. How would you do that?
Initial character as uppercase. So
Yes,
we go in a proper case. Only
but
initial character is in proper, I mean uppercase.
in that case it would show in lowercase only. Proper case shows you the value
Oh,
is
but
in whatever they are currently.
that is you are showing. You mentioned uppercase, the first one, but that is only the yeah. How we can do? Where though above three will not work.
No, above three will not work. So
So
you have to make it divide into different fields through substring. Okay, through substring you divide it into two different fields. Now you substring this to get only the first character, which is S. Then you make it uppercase. For also T T. You got my purpose?
yeah, substring of that So first
First,
letter,
first, so
first letter.
first string or first character.
Yeah,
Now, now you get the substring of second to the last character. So this is something what you will understand or know while creating the live reports for your client.
okay.
So you will have multiple options like this. And once you have that, you again concatenate text to this with this, then you give a space, then you give this and this. Okay, understood?
Yeah, but what is the exact formula for that?
No, you have to create different functions.
Okay.
Substring text. This is one function.
Ah, that's what I was asking. Ah, okay.
Concatenate text. This is another function. So
Wow.
these two functions you would use for this case.
Okay, already logic is put into that string
Yes.
text.
Yes.
Okay. This is cool. I mean, there is no need to write the code for us.
No, no need to write anything.
That's the reason no technical resources needed here in the work.
Yes. So anybody can work in Workday.
Yeah, except for the reports. So there
So
is no tech.
reports also, if somebody is having less
Ah,
knowledge or less
yes,
experience or no coding experience, anybody can work in Workday.
correct.
Just one thing would be needed, that he would or she would need to have an analytical mind.
Yes, correct. Very right.
Yes, correct. So now I go to the increment decrement date. Increment decrement date is used once I have, if you want to check whether some employee has resigned or her or his termination date is within 1 year of his or her hire date. Okay, then I would use increment decrement date to check. I have to put it inside the condition. If hire date if termination date between hire date and 1 year within hire date, right? So how would you create that calculated field which will give you an output to show 1 year of hire date? Then I would use hire date here in the date field. And how would you I create 1 year? So I can here add 1 year here, or 12 months, and suppose 365 days. That is how I would create this calculated field. So this lookup fields are normally not used except one, that is a lookup related value. This is one complex that I would cover at the end. Numeric constant Numeric constant would be used to give anything specific. Like you give text constant, like that you can give numeric constant. If you want to show 100 in all your reports, we would create a numeric constant. Prompt for value gives you an option to prompt a value to the user who is running this report. So in that case, you can create prompt for value. Substring text we just showed you. If you want to take S out of this Sachin, then you need substring text. Sum related instance is used. It is exactly like the count related instances I showed you today. If you want to sum the total base pay provided in a country, then you would need sum related instances. Okay, and
What is that total in the country?
total base pay. Suppose if you want to see that what is the amount of money you spend for India as a country in your company. If you want
Okay.
to sum everybody's salary, then sum related instance is needed.
Okay, the company has multiple countries.
Then
Companies in multiple countries.
correct. And if the country is in company is in one country also, then also you can use this to check. Suppose some companies based out of India, and in India you have 10 employees. So if you want to sum the number of employees salary, then you would need this sum related instances. Text constant is a field what gives you any text you want to show in the tenant in the report, custom report. Then you would need text constant. Text length is like suppose you want to see that what is the number of such one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And true false condition you already know while creating the fields yesterday. This gender we had created right through true false condition. And now I'll go to lookup related value. So this is actually a complex one. You can just take a note if you need. So suppose I have worker and education, right?
Yes.
I show education inside worker, and now I have education and school. Inside education, you show school. Suppose if I want to get this school name inside worker business object, not education business object, then I would need lookup needed value. So lookup field. So suppose I have worker here in the LRV lookup value, and I select last school attended. So if I select that in the lookup field, it will create the relation between the related business object and the primary business object, which is worker. Once you do that, you creates a bridge, and once the bridge is created, in the return value you can select suppose school name, and I can copy this report. So I created this field inside worker business object. So I would have to create a new row in the worker business object and search for this education. But if I want to add a so if I search school name inside worker, are you getting the file? Getting the field name? So see, it is showing no matches found because the school name is inside school business object. You see, okay. So if I want to get it inside worker business object, I have to create the lookup related value, and which can be brought to worker business objects using this calculated field. Okay. Did you have any question on that, on this calculated fields?
So a field can be referred in multiple of business objects, right? One to many
Yes.
relation.
One-to-many relationship field is extract multi-instance.
Oh, okay. That single instance is only single.
One-to-one relationship. And all other fields are only one-to-one relationship, not one-to-many. So
Ah,
one-to-many relationship is only the extract multi-instance type of calculated fields.
okay. Got it.
Okay, now I have created this report and I have used one or two fields here. So any questions till now? Else I will start with the
Uh,
matrix report
we,
again.
we are good so far.
Okay. Now suppose I have worker, male, gender, is female or education or school, anything. Now if I want to create a report to show you gender wise employee count in a company, then I would create I would select matrix report here. Data source should be one. Now you can see the screen is little different. We have row grouping, we have column grouping, and we have the summarization type. Now I'll show you example. If I want to show gender wise number of count in the country, then I will
Okay.
select gender here, okay?
Okay.
And I want to show gender wise and country wise head count. Then I would show gender here in row grouping, the row grouping, column grouping. I select location, address, country, and in the summarize field I see count. Then it will show the count of the number of employees. Now I also want to show the sum of the total base pay. To see what is the total base pay or total payment, I spent on every country and for every gender individual. Okay, so are you able to understand the output of this report and compare with the report definition? So
Okay, yeah,
as
we're
I have
doing by the country,
first we are doing it by the gender,
gender first.
then we are doing it by the country,
Yeah,
and we have selected two summarization: count of employees and sum of annual base pay.
amount. Okay. Yeah, this both we are using horizontal, vertical, X and Y
Right,
chart.
right, right.
So,
Now I want to show the detail of this employees. That what are these female employees? Okay, I want to see the number of female employees inside United States of America. How would you do that? I will go to custom report editing again, and I have detailed row drill down.
hmm,
If I go to drill down and put detailed data, here I can give anything I want. So it's like an advanced report now. So I want to see what are these 94 employees for United States of America. So I have created the detail row, right, inside
hmm,
the matrix report, and I have added four fields. So if I click on that particular number, this row will show up, which will have this 94 items. You see 94 items.
okay,
So these are the 94 employees who are female and who are from United States of America.
okay,
So this is the purpose of this report. And you can also put this data into the Excel file, PDF files, and everything. You can. Now creating calculated fields and everything is exactly same inside the advanced report.
okay,
You can use calculated fields here also in the matrix report, and I can give you one more example. So as you have seen, I have seen count, sum. What are the other options? Average you can do, calculation, count, district, maximum, minimum, percentile, sum. So everything you can do. So both all of them are self-explanatory. So maximum gives you the total number of out of suppose uh, 300 employees who is having the maximum salary. You can do it by here.
okay,
And only one thing is not self-explanatory. That's the calculation. So if I select calculation, I can create a calculation, create summarization calculation for it. This is one like one calculator field.
okay,
Summarization calculation is function, I have to select summarization calculation and OK. Now I can create an arithmetic calculation here. So, and in the summarization field, I will select sum. I will select, so base pay proposed annualized amount, and I would divide it by the count of employees. Okay, so count of employees. It is like, suppose in one country, USA, we have A, B, C, E, F, six employees. This person has 1,000. This person has, this person has 1,500. This person has okay. So if we want to add all of them, then it is the sum, and the count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it is not allowing us because for many cases the annual base pay is updated as zero, and it is not able to divide it. So that's why it is giving the error.
Can you come again?
Yes, the in the tenant there are multiple. Okay, I'll show you an example.
So written by zero is by default it is.
It is not possible, so that is why it is not able to do that. So how can we avoid this thing? So I'll go to this field again. So I have an option of selecting return zero on error. If I select that, it will not give the correct value, but it will at least allow you to run the report for other data. But
Okay.
if you don't use that, if you don't select this return zero on error, it will not allow you to run the report. So that may be a little problem for the employee management to see something. So suppose out of 10 values, one is getting wrong, one
Okay.
calculation.
Uh,
So if we don't select this, the other nine also will not be shown to the report because
okay.
it will not allow you to know.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a matrix report.